The ocean is fucking terrifying. It takes up 71% of the Earth's surface. 94% of all of the world's living organisms live in there, and we only actually have explored an estimated 5%. Now, when I look into the ocean and I see the endless water, the storm, the rain, the sharks, it's not a fun place to me. To me, it's a place of pure horror. And the fact that the Earth is basically more water than anything else, it's horrifying. And the fact that there is like thousands upon thousands, if not more, of species of marine life that we haven't even seen that exist. We don't even know what lurks down the very depths of the ocean, in places where the pressure is so high that we just simply could not dive to those depths. Like, what lurks down there, And you can't help but feel bad for all those sailors during, Columbus, or, during that period when they were exploring the world and all dying of scurvy in their wooden ships with their sails, and they're just sitting there seeing these huge, ginormous fucking waves coming while they decide whether it's better to die from the lack of vitamin C or to get eaten by a fucking shark. I mean, it's fucking terrifying. And like, people go out in the water and act like they've nothing to be afraid of. Why? I don't get it. I mean, have you ever seen those videos of those big cargo ships in the middle of the huge storms where the waves are like crashing down? And these cargo ships, of course, are not small, and you really get a sense of like the ocean just completely swallowing this thing whole and just never being seen again. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely fucking terrifying. Sea storms freak me the fuck out. So, in today's video, I thought, why not look at the oceans? Give some interesting facts, but also I wanted to talk about certain marine life that lives there that we are aware of that to me are terrifying, and of a species of beings that should not be part of this world. And it really makes me wonder what else is lurking down there that we have not seen. I think it's fair to say that one of the most terrifying things in the ocean, to me anyway, are sharks. And there's a lot of different types of sharks. I mean, there's over 500 different species of shark, and most experts would say, if you're getting into an interaction with a shark, most of the time you're probably going to be fine. They don't really like to hunt humans, although we have seen in recent history, of course, that man in Egypt that was literally eaten by a shark while he was out swimming, which is fucking terrifying. And they are also known to, take little exploratory bites. You say little, but it's like half your fucking, head comes off. And they say if a shark attacks you, to aim for the nose, to aim for the eyes. I think if a shark attacks me, I'm fucking dead. I think that's the main thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video of the guy who's like, a shark breaks the surface of the water and the guy's petting the shark, and as if the fucking shark is a pet, as if the fucking thing, has the same emotions as us humans and the same thought processes. Like, it's a fucking shark, and all that shark is trying to do is fucking eat the dude, and the guy thinks he has a fucking pet. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. The ocean is terrifying, people. Why do we keep fucking going into it? And now, if you think that's bad enough, let's look at some of the different types of creatures that look like they were spawned from Satan themselves. And I'll let you guys be the judge of some of these. Okay, the first thing I wanted to show you guys is the giant squid, which is a deep sea creature known for its immense size and its elusive nature. It can grow up to 13 meters, which is 43 feet, with eyes the size of fucking basketballs. And it's one of the largest known vertebrae. So look at that fucking thing. Look at the way it moves. Look at it jiggling. It's fucking terrifying. If I saw that thing in the water, I would literally just fucking run away. I wouldn't be having it. So next, we shall look at the immortal jellyfish. Jellyfish, just in general, just to mention, like, jellyfish are fucking terrifying. I mean, the immortal jellyfish kind of looks cool because it's kind of see-through. It's one of those ones that can, like, bioluminate. But it's basically able to revert back to its juvenile form once it's reached maturity. So it can basically reverse aging. And it basically can live forever and just repeat its cycles over and over again. And as majestic as it may seem, that thing would sting the living bejesus out of you. And it's fucking terrifying. And I don't like it. And it's another reason why we shouldn't go into the ocean. Okay? So, that being said, let's move on to one of the most terrifying looking sharks I've ever seen. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen this thing before, but it's called the goblin shark. Now, the goblin shark is known for, obviously, its elongated snout and protrusible jaw filled with sharp teeth, as you can see. It obviously dwells in the deep sea, and to say that its appearance is eerie and outerworldly, I think, is an understatement. if you saw that motherfucking fucker swimming towards you, you would genuinely think it was the devil himself. I mean, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? How did God create these things? Do you know what I mean? Now, the next one I wanted to talk about was one called a hagfish. It's a jawless fish, you know, and it produces this like slimy mucus as a defense mechanism, but it kind of looks like this long kind of eel worm thing. When it opens its mouth, as you can see, like, what the fuck? Like the sideways fucking mouth thing. I mean, what? Who the fuck? Like, how did evolution think, you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a worm that has jaws of pure evil. And look, this is only the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I have other examples here, guys. I mean, there's also, of course, the legendary viperfish. I mean, look at this motherfucker. What in the fuck? Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a fucking thing? Now, obviously, as you can see, it has a large mouth filled with long fang-like teeth. And it honestly looks like something you see in a fucking horror movie, to be honest. It also has bioluminescence, which is a way for it to attract prey in the dark depths of the ocean. But look, I mean, what the fuck? How is that even a thing? Like, why is that a thing? Like, it's just something that, like, look at the way it moves even. Oh, fuck off, you know what I mean? The next thing I wanted to show, which is a bit more distinctive in its look, is called the Sarcastic Fringehead fish. It's small, but it's very aggressive. And when it's threatened, it opens its mouth super wide, as you can see, and it has a huge row of sharp teeth. And again, it's fucking unsettling. Look at that fucking thing. Why is this? Why does this exist in the world? Why do we need this? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's just like God got bored and said to the devil, listen, why don't you make some things for us? You know? Why don't you make some fucking crazy things? It's amazing, like, the lack of light, because a lot of these fish I'm showing, a lot of these mammals are kind of, you know, deep enough in the ocean that there's not a lot of light down there, so that's why you get these eerie fucking creepy looking things. They probably scare themselves if they could saw what they looked like, you know what I mean? It's fucking disgusting, man. But next, another one I came across when I was researching this, which is fucking weird looking, is known by the name of a barreleye fish. Now, as you can see, this fish is fucking unique because look at its fucking head. It's see-through. You can see into its brain. What in the fuck? And it's lit up like. Why? Why? But what is it about them? Well, besides the fact that they clearly have transparent heads that point upwards, it basically helps them see prey above them. And, you know, that's kind of the gist as to why they kind of illuminate and why they have a transparent head. And also, their appearance is clearly unique and unsettling at the same time. But it's one of those things where you're just like, why do you exist? Why are you a thing? You know what I mean? It's really fucking like creepy and weird. And the type of fish that freaked me out the most, that we've all probably seen this fish before, is of course the anglerfish. Now, the anglerfish is very unique in its look. It has this kind of protruding kind of long thing sticking out of its head that illuminates, which is supposed to kind of pull in its prey, also being meaning that it's bioluminescent. It is literally terrifying. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, guys. Okay? And look, all these animals I'm showing you, this is only the tip of the iceberg. You know? The ocean is terrifying. Why are we dealing with these fucking creepy fucking things? I mean, every single one I've shown you is weird. And the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about when it comes to the ocean is this thing called a bloop, which was this audio kind of recording picked up in 1977, which was kind of an underwater sound that was nicknamed the bloop or the blob. It was so loud that it was picked up by hydrophones across the Pacific Ocean. While likely caused by natural phenomena, the origin remains subject to speculation. So obviously it's some sort of living organism that's down deep in the depths of the ocean, but they don't really know what caused it. But you'll hear it right now. It is creepy as fuck. Again, why does this fucking thing kind of thing exist? The ocean is terrifying. I do have a personal story I want to share with you guys from when I was in Thailand with my then girlfriend a few years ago. And we went out kayaking, and in Thailand it was during monsoon season, which is kind of when just randomly like they get these really heavy storms that last for like an hour at a time and then they completely clear up. And we were just unlucky enough to be out on a kayak in the middle of the ocean when this really bad storm hit. And when the storm hit, we got kind of pulled by the current, like really far away from the land, and the land kind of got smaller and smaller. And I remember looking into the abyss, and all I could see was just rain and cloud. And we were not experienced kayakers. I mean, I can't even float, so I had a life jacket on, and we couldn't even manage to keep on the kayak at all. I kept falling over and over. In fact, I actually hit her in the head with the kayak trying to get on myself pretty badly, and I thought I gave her a concussion. It was a fucking nightmare, and I genuinely thought, I am going to die. I thought, this is the end for me, you know? And thankfully, in the end, the storm cleared. Up to that point, I kind of really thought, oh, this is it. Like, I'm actually going to die. And the ocean doesn't give a shit about me, and it will take me and let me drown into the abyss without any sort of worry or fear. And it really made me kind of learn that the ocean is merciless, doesn't care, and you have to have a ton of respect for it. And I don't think I've ever been more terrified in my life. And there's a reason why I would rather stay a million miles away from it. So I think that's the lesson in this video, guys. Stay out of the ocean. You know, there's enough land. We don't need to be there, okay? We don't. Why do we do it? Like, if you go out swimming in the middle of the ocean and you get eaten by a shark, it's your own fault. I'm sorry, but you put yourself in that situation, and if you die, it's your doing, okay? Because there's crazy, freaky, fucking nightmarish things out there that even I'd never want to see ever. Let me know in the comments down below what you've experienced. Have you had any near life death situations? Have you lost anyone to the ocean? Yeah, just let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That's it. Nice and short this time. Just a little brief kind of video. More to come, but I will see you in the next video. Peace out.